Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. You already know it's Oma's Havens. It's your first time here, welcome. If it's not your first time, welcome back. And if it's your first time, please do not make it your last. Do well to subscribe so that when I post a video, you get to see and always come back for more. Ladies, come closer because this topic is for you and for the guys too, of course. If you have a lady in your life or do you have sisters, anybody that represents a lady in your life, this is also for you. I'll be talking about how to become a high value woman in your 20s, because why not? Before I start listing the qualities of a high value woman, I'll simply go straight and explain to you just in simple terms what a high value woman is. Literally, high value woman is someone who is self-aware, someone who has an idea of their potentials, someone who is very aware of their self-worth, then leverages on it, because that is what sets you aside from others. That's what sets you apart. That's what gives you an edge. Realizing who you are and leveraging on it. Someone who takes their time to work on themselves. It's that simple. And you might want to know why I'm focusing on your 20s. Well, if you're way above your 20s, it's fine. This video is still for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be your 20s. But then I'm focusing on you becoming a high value woman in your 20s, because your 20s are a defining decade in your life. Like, it's the major defining decade in your life. It determines what you become or what you end up as tomorrow. So don't screw it up. Try not to screw up your 20s. I'm playing. It's fine. You can definitely screw it up, and you will at some point. But the good thing is, you will still be in your 20s, or you will stumble upon this video somehow, and then you'll learn how to retrace your step and learn how to do things better next time. Let's get right into how to become a high value woman in your 20s. First points I'll be talking about will be being goal oriented. Figure out your goals as a person, what you want to do, at what time you want it done, how you want to go about it, just so you have something that drives you. I'm talking long-term or short-term goals. However you want to put it, whatever it's about, you need to have a goal. The best way to go about your goals, or go about being goal-oriented, firstly, will be writing down your goals. Personally, that's what I do. That's how I go about achieving my small, medium, and long-term goals. I mean, most of the time, these goals don't even have to be clearly envisioned. Like, you don't even have to have a whole plan about it. As long as it comes to your mind and you decide, this is what I want to work on at the moment, just go ahead, write it down and start working on it. One day at a time. You make a plan. You always have like your to-do list of what you want to do that day regarding that goal that you have. So just make sure that in a day you do something that gets you closer to the result you want to achieve. For instance, if I want to own the biggest unisex hair shop in 3 years from now, I want to start from now learning the skills that are required in becoming a hairstylist. I can learn how to become a nail tech guru. I can learn how to braid hair, learn how to make badass wigs, learn wig installation, learn a whole lot of things one at a time, right? You don't necessarily have to know everything at a time. You don't have to know everything once. Just take a step at a time, and by the time you know it, you have all the skills that you require to achieve that 3-year-old goal that you've built for yourself, and you're good. The importance of writing down these goals is because it helps to keep you focused. You understand that at some point you might not really have the drive to keep pushing, and then when you refer back to what you've written down, you understand why you even started in the first place. The energy to continue comes back to you. It also makes it possible for you to go back and re-strategize, go back and reassess the whole goals that you have written down. Sometimes you have to cut out some things and keep moving. First, you acquire the skills, and when you have the skills and you also have the capital, it means you're ready. You get right into it. The important thing is you're working on something at every given time. Being goal-oriented will, in a major way, increase your value, because then when you meet people for the first time, or when you meet people and they want to work with you, they are able to understand that this is what you're working on, or this is what it is for you. I can work with this person, I can align a little bit to their goals. Or even when you meet a man, and stuff, it's easy for you to know, I have this goal. This is the kind of person that would really support long-term goals. Like, does my goals align with his? Like, it just makes everything easy. The second quality that sets you apart and makes you a high-value woman is start reading. You need to start reading. If there's one thing I've learned over time, is the fact that when you keep reading along the line, you realize there's still a whole lot that you don't know. And that's the fact. There are so many things that come up every day. You have to read, you have to learn, you have to unlearn, you have to relearn to get better, to get informed, because things change every day. So there's a need for you to start reading. You read a lot, become a voracious reader. As long as it's going to help you, as long as it's related to what you're interested in, it's good to know a little about anything you come across. So start reading. Can't even be overemphasized. Personally, well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not like so into reading books, hard copy books and stuff. Most times soft copy or like do better for me, or even watching videos. I learn better visually. Like I learn better when I watch people do things or watch people say things. So that's what works for me. So most times I watch videos. I spend hours on YouTube watching videos of what I'm interested in or what I want to learn. You know what works for you. Just discover what works for you and read, so that you can engage in meaningful conversations, so that you can learn about different things that you didn't know about, health tips, relationship tips, the economy and stuff. Just read. It can never be enough. It can never be too much. Read when there's a need for you to read. And most times when you read for pleasure, like when you read on your own and just want to get to know something, you realize that you learn more, you assimilate more, it sticks. You just read because I'm interested in this thing and I want to know about it. Not necessarily someone like forcing you to read it, or someone making you do it, or reading it because you have an exam or stuff. You just want to know about this. Don't get it wrong, this is not me like advocating autodidactism over formal education. No, I'm just saying put in the effort, do it for you, do it because you need it. You get what I'm saying? The third thing you want to know about becoming a high value woman in your 20s is to stop living another person's life. Stop comparing yourself with people. Stop it. If you've been doing it, if you're used to doing it, it's enough. Stop comparing yourself to people. You will never find fulfillment that way, because you keep comparing yourself, your achievements, with that of others. You're just going to continue being sad all your life, because you're going to see new people that are doing better than you're doing. You're going to see people that have achieved way more than you've achieved. So if you keep comparing yourself, you're going to keep getting angry at nothing and getting depressed. Not even going to appreciate your little wins or appreciate the process you have to go through to even achieve the little that you've achieved. Nobody wants that. You don't want that for yourself. You don't want to live an unfulfilled life because you keep comparing yourself to people. Just live life on your own time. If you see someone quite alright whose achievements impress you and you want to be like them, it's okay to say this person is doing so great and I want to be like this at some point, so I want to know how they did it. That's a different ball game. Now you study what they did, and if you have the ability to do it, you do it and you achieve whatever it is they've achieved. Say for instance, you see someone who is a very popular actor and you want to be like them. You have to start from attending auditions. You have to start to learn how to act. That is, if you're truly interested in acting, that is fine. But looking at someone who just bought a car and you're having rent issues, cannot afford to comfortably pay your rent, and then the next thing you want to go and buy a car because they got a car, bro, you're gonna be sleeping on the streets inside your car, because that is what you're bringing up on yourself. You can't keep comparing yourself to people and expect to be happy. Just go with the flow, appreciate your little wins and get better. People just live lives like there's some copy and paste function on the computer. No, you don't necessarily have to keep changing your dreams, goals, plans just to fit the other person just because you see what they're doing that you're obviously not even interested in, but because you want to impress, or because you want to measure up, or because you want to compete, which is quite unhealthy. You decide to change whatever it is you do. I've seen people, my parents are into business and all. Sometimes when we go to the shop, you notice people who sell like maybe articles for like 3 months, and the next thing somebody comes to the line and starts selling probably baby wears, and they see the person doing well and the next month they sell off everything they have in the shop, and then they move over to sell baby wears, and like they might not do well selling baby wears, and then the next thing they see another person and they're changing all over again, and these stuffs will never do you good. Bro, sister, stop comparing your every move with that of another person, and don't even let people compare you to. That's a whole nother level. It's going to tell on your self-esteem. It is going to downplay your self-esteem. You're going to lose yourself letting people compare you to other persons. You're never going to be you that way. Never. Confidence. This one I cannot, like, I know I'm not supposed to be saying this in any particular order, but this should be number one. This should be the first thing. Self-confidence. Knowing your self-worth, your abilities, and being unapologetic about it. Jealously guarding your self-esteem. Like, don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Don't let nobody tell you you cannot do better. Don't let anybody tell you you're not worth it. Make you feel less of who you are. Having self-confidence is going to make people respect you, because if you're not even confident of yourself, if you don't respect yourself, then how do you expect the other person by the corner to respect you? People are always going to address you the way you let them address you. People are always going to talk to you the way you let them talk to you. Once you have self-respect and self-confidence, like, people just literally learn how to treat you accordingly. People just learn to respect you automatically. That's on point blank, period. Quote me anyway. Being a very confident person will sure take you farther than you can ever imagine. Ability is needed, but then ability plus confidence is going to take you far. Quote me anyway. I've seen people who have the ability, but because they lack the self-confidence, they lack the confidence to actually pursue what it is they want to pursue, even though they have the ability. They keep holding back. I've seen situations where even people who are not so qualified for a job, but because they have the confidence to even apply for this job, they get these jobs. Because most times you see that even people who are more qualified lack the confidence to apply, so the job goes to the person who applies. Most times, of course, you have to be qualified, but the point I'm trying to make is maybe the person who did not apply because they're scared or because they're not very confident in themselves is even more qualified than you are. If you see that job opportunity, apply for it. If you see that business opportunity and you want to try it, just try it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You fail and then you try again next time. You just need to be confident enough to give yourself that push, and people are always going to see you the way you see yourself, like I said before. So first you have to believe in yourself to get someone else to believe in you. I'll take myself as example, right? When I got my job, I cannot even lie, I literally had zero idea of what I was going to be doing there when I get to that job. But what did I do? I still applied, right? And then, funny enough, I failed the test, failed the interview the first time. The second time I did better and I got the job. Well, I'm going to be talking about that probably in my next video. Yeah, let me not talk too much on it. But then I applied for that job and I got it. And on-job trainings are available for you. I got trained, I got better ideas of what I was supposed to be doing on the job, of my role and stuff. And then I did great, actually. So just be confident enough in yourself to take that leap of faith. You know, not just jobs, actually. Self-confidence have a way of making you shine as a lady. High-value men also want confident women that they can show off, that they will be proud of, that can represent them out there. So if you don't take anything out of this video, take this one. Invest in yourself and be confident in yourself. You also need to be confident enough to set boundaries, or know when to say no. Know when this doesn't work for you and shut it out. You can't be in a situation where somebody is making you do something and you're feeling like, if I don't do it, he might not be impressed. If I don't do it, she might not. Some people are in terrible situations because they don't know themselves. They find themselves in terrible, very terrible situations because they fail to set boundaries, because they don't even have that confidence in themselves to decide, oh, this is what I should be doing. This is what I should not accept. This is what I cannot condone. So anything that comes goes. Don't be that person. Don't be that lady. If you've been that kind of person in the past, just work on it. The fifth point I'm going to be talking about, which is like my second best in the ranking of things, in the order of things, will be self-development. Invest in yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. Invest in that course you want to take. Learn that skill you want to learn. If you're the type of person that is looking at starting up an online food store, like a food vendor, invest in learning how to cook. You don't even need to spend much. You can just buy data and watch YouTube videos, right? Just learn new things. Make sure you keep developing yourself. Make sure you keep evolving. Make sure you keep increasing in knowledge and self-development. Take that online course on project management, operations management, and human resource, mobile app development, whatever it is you're interested in. Just go for it and learn that skill and keep developing yourself. You never know when an opportunity is going to present itself, and then you'll be ready. Just keep developing yourself, just keep building your skills. I was going to talk about these two very important ladies that inspire me a lot, how they've been able to work on themselves so far and how far they've gotten, how they've been able to develop their career. You might probably be thinking it's a clickbait at this point because you've not seen anything about them. I'm talking Nancy Isime, I'm talking Zendaya. If you know me very well by now, you should know I'm obsessed with Nancy Isime. I don't understand she's not in her 20s anymore. She just turned 30. And well, she's making it to this video because boy, I love what she did with her 20s. I love how she's been able to evolve, how she's been able to develop herself, how she took her time to become the woman of value she is right now. She's an actress, multi-award winning show host, a model. She's an all-rounder. Do you get me? I'm talking her confidence, compassion for the less privileged, her interest in social work, her courage, her vast knowledge, interest in reading a lot, and her numerous travels. She travels a whole lot. Same goes Zendaya, a model, an actor, a singer. Now, these people have taken time to develop their career from the scratch. It did not just start in one day. They had to wake up every morning and put in the work. They've had to put in the time, sweat, tears. You never know the story that goes down back door, but whatever it is you really want to do, just put in the work. Put in the money where there's need for you to put in the money. If you need to pay for a skill, pay for it. If you need to pay for that book, pay for it. Pay for that digital marketing course. It could get you a job tomorrow. Just invest in yourself. Take time to develop yourself. This is going to be a source of inspiration to you. Nancy Isime is worth about $1.5 million ish, and Zendaya $20 million. These people are top influencers. You have to pay a lot of money to get them to post that your product, to get them to post a picture or a video of whatever it is you want to sell. Take time to develop that your page, develop that your IG page, whatever channel it is you're building. Just go ahead and do it. So develop on your personal self. Develop your writing skills if you want to write. Take out time to learn effective communication, social skills, and all of that. Just take out time to really develop yourself. The next point that distinguishes you from others and makes you a high value woman is to get mentorship. You know what you're interested in. You want to write a book, get a mentor. You want to act, get a mentor. You want to become a teacher, get mentorship on it. Like, ask questions, be curious about it, get mentorship. That way you don't have to repeat the same mistakes or the same error that has been done in the past. It's easier that way. It's easier to scale through that way. You don't have to make all the mistakes yourself. You learn from experience. You learn from people who have been through it, who have done what it is you want to do. You learn from people who have gone through the process so that it becomes easier for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a direct mentorship, a one-on-one mentorship. Well, you can decide to go for that if you have like a direct reach to whoever it is you actually want as a mentor. But then if you don't, you can just study the lifestyle of whoever it is you've chosen as a mentor. Study how they've been able to do what they've done in the past, what processes they had to go through, what were their failures, what hindered them the most, so that you know what to avoid. Just get that mentorship, either directly or indirectly. It will save you a lot of stress. It will save you a lot of having to pass through different trials and errors. You could just get it right the first time because you've studied it over time and you know what works. The next point will be being compassionate. Be vulnerable about your feelings. Put yourself out there. If you really care about someone, make sure they know about it. Make it a habit to show them. Make them understand how you feel, that you care about them. Little gestures, kind words, act of service. Just let them know that you care about them. Treat others right, treat people with respect. Be a nice person. It wouldn't cost you anything to be nice. It wouldn't cost you anything to greet nicely when you meet people. It wouldn't cost you anything to say nice words when you see somebody who is dressed fine. Give out when you have more than enough, or when you have just about enough. Be open to share. If you want to impact lives, quite frankly, it really depends on how much you're able to give out. It could be intellectual, cash-wise. It could even be clothes that you really don't need much anymore. Just put out the value out there and your value would also increase. Become a high-value woman, right? So put it out there and touch life. Take care of your health while you're still in your 20s, while you still can, because once it's gone, it will really be difficult. It will be difficult to get it back. So take care of your health where you can afford to. Do that exercise, just take that walk, eat right. I might be like the wrong person to give you this advice right now, but I'm working on it, trust me. So in the past 2 weeks, I've been trying to eat right and to watch my eating schedule. Most importantly, the time I eat at night, so that I don't have to look pregnant when I'm not actually pregnant. So ladies, you get what I mean. So yeah, take care of your health. Like if you can afford to exercise, pay for that gym routine, go out, practice mindfulness, have yoga sessions if you can, do whatever it is that makes you feel relaxed. Work on your personal hygiene. You don't want to come out and then the next person that is sitting next to you is going through a lot because of some kind of smell that is oozing out down there. Take care of yourself, be neat. It doesn't cost much to afford a deodorant or a body spray. There are cheap body sprays out there. Just take care of yourself. It pays a whole lot. Take your baths regularly. You know, simple hygiene that you might not actually think matters, but they go a long way. Take care of your environment, you know, your space, and make it neat and make it habitable. One person I also want to mention or reference when it comes to this, it will be Nancy Isime. Yeah, again, she is the OG when it comes to what exercising, like back to back to back to back to back. Takes her vacations seriously, her quiet time, her yoga, and all of that. Like she doesn't even joke with stuff like this. And then it's really something I love about her, because this life is one. You can't come and kill yourself. Like you work, then you also take your time to relax and relive and unwind. Read a nice book, you know, do new things, be adventurous. Mental health also forms part of your health, right? If you see things or people that make you feel certain ways that are not good enough for your mental health, you might want to cut them off. Nobody is going to question you for it. Nobody is going to sue you for it. Just cut it off if it makes you feel worse off. Connect to people with more positive energy, people you can really vibe with. You know, people that make you feel better about yourself, people that make you want to get better. There are ways to talk to people and don't make them feel bad about themselves. They already see it. They have a mirror in their houses, so don't make people feel worse off. Don't go out there giving out negative energies, you know. If you don't have something positive or nice to say to people, or if you realize they have a problem and you don't have a way to help them, instead of making them feel worse by just projecting whatever it is you think you want to project and say on them, just shut up, let them be. The next point that makes you a high value woman in your 20s will be being disciplined. Can't even talk about this one enough. Be disciplined in the way you spend, disciplined in the way you save, in the way you dress, in the way you talk. It's not everything you say. Woman, it's not every discussion you want to put your mouth in. You cannot go around throwing tantrums, fighting on the streets like a tout, or acting like a street rogue. Or it doesn't suit you. You're a woman. You should act like it. Be disciplined in the way you behave, right? If you want to communicate effectively, if someone has done something to you that you feel you do not like, you don't have to start shouting immediately. You can just calm down when the atmosphere is a bit less tense. You talk to them quietly about it and hope that they understand. You can't be fighting on the streets over a guy. You can't be fighting over something so, you know. Be disciplined about the way you spend. Not every money that comes into your hand has to go back the same way. Once you get your money, whatever it is, an income or your pocket money, if you're still in school, if you're not earning yet, you don't spend everything at once and then tomorrow you turn to borrow from your friend, and when they don't give you, you start updating your WhatsApp status about fake friends. That's not how life works. Be disciplined, dears. It's very important. You can't just keep buying everything that pops up because you have some amount of money in your account. So you have to spend and then invest and then save. Just allocate it as it comes so that you don't get stranded at the end of the day. The amount of discipline you have is what determines if you're going to finish a project after you've started. It's what determines how far you will see through a decision that you've made. It's what determines if you start this and actually finish it. You know, sometimes you want to wake up in the morning, you might even have lectures and you decide, oh no, I don't really feel like it. But then, whatever discipline you have left in you is what is going to tell you more. You have to stand up and continue what you've started to do, because if you keep sleeping like this, then who's going to write your exams for you, bro? You need to be disciplined in the decisions that you make. Right now, I have to be awake. It's past 1 a.m. because I have to film this right now. During the day, the compound was a bit noisy, so it was impossible for me to just film with all the noise I have to stay up because I have to discipline myself enough to understand that this is what I need to do now, and then I have to stay up and do it. Like, you just have to make these little sacrifices and understand that they are what build you. Over time, you get used to making a decision and seeing that you follow it through. Final one I'm going to be talking about is be classy, girls. Be classy, because if you put on rags, well, people who afford rags are the ones who are going to walk up to you and talk to you. Auntie Amaka, I understand that times are hard, but your case is not the worst. Don't go out looking like that. Do not go out looking like that. You don't need to break your bank to look presentable. Please. You are addressed the way you dress, like it or not. Invest in your looks. And it doesn't even have to be so expensive. It doesn't even have to be too much luxury. You don't have to spend all the amount in your bank account. You don't have to empty your bank account to look classy. You know, they're just basic wears that you need in your wardrobe that makes you stand out. And I don't mean all the designers that are really like just so shouty and make you look, those things most times really make you look cheap. You know, just the basic wears that you need in your wardrobe, basic essentials every wardrobe should have if you want to look classy as a lady. You don't even need to spend much on it, just look good. Apply a little makeup if you know how to. Just make sure your hair is always in place. Make sure your dress is neat, well ironed. Look okay. Wear matching outfits where there's a need for it. You cannot come and be wearing red top, pink skirts, green sandals. No. No, dear. No. If you don't understand color combinations, watch videos on YouTube, you know, browse the internet. It's there for you. It's free. Understand how these things work so that you don't have issues choosing what to wear and how to look. That's about it for today's video. I'm sure you enjoyed it. I don't need to ask. So subscribe if you haven't already. Like, give this video a thumbs up if you stayed up until now. Thank you so much. I'm here because you're here, so please subscribe and see you during the next video.